Morning to all of you. Today's my video lesson is on structure of atom. So friends, you should know the fundamental particles of atom, that is electron, proton and neutron. It is written here, atom is the smallest indivisible particle of the matter. Atom is made up of electron, proton and neutron. So friends, you should know who discovered these particles, nature of charge on particles, amount of charge on particles, mass of particles. So first we see one by one. Discovery of electron by J.J. Thomson in 1869 and discovery of proton by Goldstein in 1886 and discovery of neutron by Chadwick in 1932. Now nature of charge on electron is negatively charged particle, proton is positively charged particle, neutron is neutral because it is composed of electron and proton. Amount of charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, it's a negative. And charge on proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, it's positive, same charge is there, that's why atom is neutral. Now amount of charge on neutron is 0 because negative and positive gets cancelled. And mass of electron is 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg and mass of proton is 1.672614 into 10 to the power minus 27. It's a larger than electron. And mass of neutron is slightly larger than proton, 1.67492 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg because neutron is made up of an electron and proton. Electron were discovered using cathode rays experiment and nucleus was discovered by Rutherford in 1991. Now next, discovery of electron. So discovery of electron is done by cathode rays experiment and cathode rays discharge tube experiment. A cathode ray discharge tube made up of glass is taken with two electrodes. First one is cathode and second is anode, and anode is perforated. At very low pressure and high volume, current start flowing through a stream of particle moving in the tube from cathode to anode. These rays were called cathode rays because rays are coming from cathode. When a perforated anode was taken, the cathode rays struck the other end of the glass tube as seen in figure, and the fluorescent coating and a bright spot on the coating was developed. So what is the conclusion, or you can say result? So result is that cathode ray consists of negatively charged electron because these rays are coming from cathode. Second is cathode rays themselves are not visible, but their behavior can be observed with the help of fluorescent or phosphorescent material, right? Third one is, in the absence of electrical and magnetic field, cathode rays travel in a straight line. That means cathode rays travel in a straight line if there is no electric or magnetic field is there. In presence of electric and magnetic field, behavior of cathode rays is similar to that shown by electron. यानी उसका मूवमेंट जो होगा पॉजिटिव की तरफ होगा. Now last one is the characteristic of anode rays do not depend upon the material of the electrodes and the nature of gas present in the cathode rays tube because its behavior is of electron only. Okay. Next is your charge to mass ratio of an electron was determined by Thomson. The charge to mass ratio of electron is observed, it is equal to 1.758820 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kg. It is done by this experiment by applying magnetic and electric field. E by m ratio is calculated first. Okay, and then the mass of electron was determined by combining the result of Thomson experiment and Millikan's oil drop experiment. The mass of electron was determined and it is 9.1094 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. Actually, in oil drop experiment, we determine the charge on electron, right? And charge on electron is known, and E by m ratio is known. So on, we can calculate the mass of electron. Charge on an electron was determined by R.A. Millikan by using an oil experiment. The value of charge on electron is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now you see, electron, it's a symbol E, proton symbol P, and neutron symbol N. So absolute charge is given. Absolute charge, that is minus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, and charge on proton, that is plus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So relative charge, it is taken as minus 1 and plus 1. Okay, and mass of electron is calculated, that is 9.10982 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. But you should remember 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31, that's enough. Okay. Now friends, discovery of proton by canal rays. So modified cathode rays tube experiment carried out, which led to discovery of proton. So first you see, characteristic of positively charged particle. Number 1, charge to mass ratio of particle depends on gas from which these originate. If you are taking hydrogen, then mass is different. If you take other gas, the mass is different. The positively charged particle depends upon the nature of gas present in the cathode rays discharge tube. Some of the positively charged particle carry a multiple of fundamental of electric charge. And next one is behavior of positively charged particle in electrical or magnetic field is opposite to that observed by cathode rays. Now next particle is your neutron. Neutron were discovered by James Chadwick by bombarding a sheet of beryllium by alpha particle. They are electrically neutral particle having a mass slightly greater than that of proton, as I have told you. Now next one is atomic number. It is denoted by Z, the number of proton present in the nucleus. And mass number, it is denoted by A, and mass number is sum of the number of proton and neutron present in nucleus. Sometimes it gets confusion, mass number and atomic mass, both are different. Mass number is the number. Now one question is there, it is given in textbook also. Calculate the number of proton, neutron and electron in bromine. Its atomic number is 35 and mass number is 80. So you can easily calculate the number of neutron by subtracting atomic number from mass number. It is 45. Okay friends. Now next one is atomic model. Atomic model is proposed by Thomson first, and it's according to this model. According to this model, atom is considered as uniform positively charged sphere and electrons are embedded in it, just like seeds embedded in watermelon, right? Seeds acts as electron and whole sphere acts as positive charge. An important feature of Thomson model of an atom was that mass of atom is considered to be evenly spread over the atom. Thomson model of atom is also called plum pudding, raisin pudding, watermelon model. Thomson model of atom was discarded because it could not explain certain experiment result like the scattering of alpha particle by thin metal foil. So this is the model proposed by Thomson. Now next one is Rutherford nuclear model of atom. Rutherford and his students Heinz Ginger and Ernest Mordsen bombarded very thin gold foil with alpha particle. Rutherford famous for alpha particle scattering experiment, and according to this, alpha particle is bombarded on thin foil of gold. Then what are the observation and what are the conclusion? That is very important. So this figure is shown in this way. This is your gold foil, and beam of alpha particle is passed through gold foil. So first observation is that most of the alpha particle passed through gold foil without any deflection or without any hindrance. And second one is a small fraction of alpha particles got deflected through a small angle, deviated from a small angle, and very few alpha particle, on average 1 in 20,000. Particle did not pass through foil but reflected back. Okay, so on the basis of these observation, conclusions are there. Conclusions are that most of the alpha particle pass through gold foil without any deflection. That means most of the space inside an atom is empty. And according to second observation, conclusion is that since some of the alpha particle are deflected to certain angle, it means that there is positively mass present in an atom. Now third one is very few alpha particle did not pass through foil and returns back through 180-degree angle. So it signifies since only some of the alpha particle suffered large deflection, this positively charged mass must be occupying very small space. If a larger space is there, so very few, not very few, so many alpha particles return back. And a strong deflection or even bouncing back of alpha particle from metal foil were due to direct collision with positively charged mass in an atom, and the positively mass is very strong. Okay, on the basis of the above observation and conclusion, Rutherford proposed the nuclear model of atom. According to this model, or according to Rutherford, the positively charged and most of the mass of an atom was densely concentrated in the extremely small region. This very small portion of atom was called nucleus by Rutherford. The nucleus is surrounded by electrons that moves around the nucleus with a very high speed in circular path called orbits. Thus, Rutherford's model of an atom resembles the solar system in which the nucleus plays the role of sun and the electrons that of revolving planet. Electrons and nucleus are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. You can see in this picture, this is the model proposed by Rutherford. The nucleus lies in the center of atom and electrons revolving around the nucleus. Now, some drawbacks are there. Drawbacks of Rutherford. So, first one is according to Rutherford's model of atom, electrons which are negatively charged particles revolve around the nucleus in fixed orbit. Thus, the electrons undergo acceleration and according to electromagnetic theory given by Maxwell, a charged particle undergoing acceleration should emit electromagnetic radiation. Thus, an electron in an orbit should emit radiation. Thus, the orbit should shrink because the energy of electron decreases as time increases. But this does not happen. But this does not happen. Third one is the model does not give any information about how electrons are distributed around nucleus and what are energies of this electron, right? So these are the serious drawback of Rutherford scattering experiment. Now next one is some terms you should know, that is isotopes, isobar and isoelectronic species. So first we see isotopes. These are the atoms of the same element having the same atomic number but differ in mass number. Atom of same element having same atomic number but differ in mass number. As for example, there are three isotopes of hydrogen. First one is H11. That means atomic number is 1, mass number is 1. Second is H12. Atomic number is 1, mass number is 2. H13. Atomic number is 1 and mass number is 3. First one is called protium. Second is deuterium. Third one is tritium. So similarly, there are three isotopes of carbon also, C12, C13 and C14. Okay friends. Now second is isobar. Isobar is the atom of different elements having the same mass number but differ in atomic number. Example is given, argon is there 18 and mass number is 40. Calcium, atomic number is 20, mass number is 40. So mass number is same but differ in atomic number. And carbon and nitrogen, it's also the example of isobar. Carbon mass number is 14, nitrogen mass number 14, same mass number but atomic number is 6 and atomic number of nitrogen is 7. Next one is isoelectronic species. These are those species which have the same number of electrons. Same number of electrons means N3 minus, O2 minus. N3 minus means number of electron. Total number of electron is 10. Nitrogen it's a 7 and 3 electrons are added, so 10 electrons in N3 minus. O2 minus 10 electron, F minus 10 electrons, sodium plus, that is atomic number is 11 but plus charge is there, that means 1 electron is lost. Mg2 plus and L3 plus, these are isoelectronics. So friends, this is the topic regarding structure of atom. Now thank you very much.